Hello everyone, how are we doing? It's Zach from RP Genesis here, and today I'm going to be showing you a brand new series coming to the channel where I'm going to be making TTRPG characters that have come from video game costumes that I've created or just video game characters I've created. The start is going to be old art, and I will be updating a lot of it, with the exception of two of them, and what you're watching right now is one of those two. So this character was inspired by my avatar from Salt and Sanctuary. I do like my dark story elements and dark characters like the Punisher and Rorschach, to give some real life examples. And for those of you who have played Salt and Sanctuary, you will know that it's a very morbid, depressing, and, with respect, grotesque game by design, so naturally I would be drawn to it. The inspiration for today's character came when I found a pumpkin I could wear, and as soon as I put this on my character, the name Mad Jack jumped into my head. I had the idea of Jack living in the kind of world where if all you had to put up with was nightmares, it was considered a paradise. His backstory would be that he lived in a small village as a blacksmith, and every day was full of misery and anxiety because any day now, some of the dangers that lurk nearby could come along and destroy the village. So he would always be on edge, and to paraphrase the Joker, all he needs is one bad day to go mad. That one day would come in the form of a pack of monsters that would come and attack his village in the middle of the night. He would survive, but he would be disfigured in the attack. This is what would make him don the pumpkin hat to hide his disfigurement, and then driven by revenge-fueled madness, he would start his life as a monster slayer. The character you play as is a silent protagonist, so they don't have any personality, and I would have to place one in myself. At the risk of sounding like a bit of a sob story, I always take inspiration from my own experiences and sometimes the experiences of others when it comes to making my TTRPG characters, and for Jack, I'm drawing on experiences related to trauma and anxiety. With that in mind, I would think of Jack as a tense, easily angered, bloodthirsty, paranoid, and aggressive character. Thankfully, this isn't how I turned out, but it is something I do wonder if this is how I could have turned out if I didn't have the right people in my life to steer me down a better path. I haven't used Jack in a TTRPG yet, but if I was to put him in one, D&D is the obvious one, but out of the collection I do have, I think he could also easily fit into something like Dark Souls, and possibly a Call of Cthulhu under the right setting as well. However, I will just be talking in D&D terms because that is the most popular one and most recognised for the viewers. Race-wise, I think Jack would very easily be a human variant, which would let him start with a feat of his choice, and given the gameplay style of Salt and Sanctuary and the build of him in the first place, I would say that Charger would be a good one so that he could enter fights with hate-filled gusto. His skills and strength would be focused on monster hunting, so when it comes to classes, he would need knowledge about nature, but also a lot of high damage attacks, so Ranger would definitely be part of it, but given his frame I can easily see Jack being a nimble glass cannon, which makes it tempting to go multi-class into Rogue for the sneak attack to get extra damage on his strikes. However, I feel Fighter would be a better option for the extra attacks, as well as the capability to use all weapons. But if I wanted to make things a little bit more complicated, I could also just give him a level in Barbarian just for the sake of having the Rage skill, because that would just suit the character's personality. To roleplay him, Jack would always be serious and cares little for luxury and joy, as it would have been so long since he's felt those. And he doesn't shy away from a chance to fight, even if it might put the party at risk. And of course, with a temper as bad as his, it won't take much to get him riled up. Obviously an edgy character, but edgy isn't always bad, it's all about the presentation. When it came to the actual design of Jack, Salt and Sanctuary uses a lot of dark, dull and muted colours, so even colours like yellow will look worn out. With this in mind, I wanted to make the pumpkin stand out more, so I made that the brightest piece of clothing on him, which would, in turn, draw attention to the messily carved out eye slit in the pumpkin and the insane eyes scowling back at you. With the pose, I wanted to make him look unsettling while trying to show he is agile, so I tried to put him in this ready to strike half squat pose, kind of like when a snake coils up to try and bite you. I also wanted to try and get some of his personality in the image as well, outside of the eyes. So I had him drawing a line on the stone using the blood of his last victim as if he was daring and waiting for you to cross it, which, in all honesty, I think worked quite well. And, short and sweet, that's how Mad Jack was created. Thank you for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, and maybe subscribe for more videos like this, as well as tutorials and advice for playing TTRPGs. It really helps out the channel and keeps content coming to you. And if you feel like it, maybe come and join our cozy little Discord in this little corner of the internet so that we can all just nerd out and be geeky and creative together. Thanks again for watching, everyone. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one.